small video on my Husqvarna 550 XP Mark II. So first thing I want to talk about is this is a great saw. The first thing I did to it was this dog. I laid the old one, or the new one came with it, on a piece of paper, and I traced out the mounting holes and basically the back side of it. Then I traced out the teeth and then traced out my own teeth, just extending the original teeth out farther. And it actually works great. So instead of buying one, that's what you can do. You got a small piece of metal. This metal ain't, that's about, give you a pretty good idea of how thick it is. Let's see. Put that up to there. Well, 3/16. It's about a 3/16 piece of steel. You know, the second thing I did, I'm not even sure. Tell you the truth, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, this is my own get up. They come like this here with the air filter, but I oil this one. I got this off of a RC car, but I put this around with a little oil on it, and it works. It catches it before it gets to the filter. So that, and I modified the muffler, which made a world of difference. I mean, this little bad boy screams. I mean, it's got some power. And all I did was I removed the muffler, took off this bolt, pulled the screen out, and then you can't hardly see this. I just put a hole. I made this hole after you take that screen out. I made that hole a little bigger, and I puffed up this, what would you call that? I forget exactly, but, you know, I bent that up a little bit, and then on the inside, I drilled a hole straight through, almost connecting the center hole, so you could like turn the muffler upside down from looking through where it mounts to the engine, the cylinder here. So I drilled a hole, and then after the hole, you could see this hole here. So you kind of like get it straight through. About 3/8 of a hole, but it really made a big difference, and I like it a lot better. So, you know, it's just a lot of people are putting 3/8 chains and bars on them, but so far it's cut. I've cut 24-inch trees and everything, so I'm thinking if later I find correct parts for it, like that little sprocket there, 3/8, but then you got to match the chain. Make sure it's either 5 thousandths, and that's 5 thousandths, or 58 thousandths, and that's 58 thousandths. I'm not sure if 58 will work with a sprocket that's 50. So Husqvarna don't list any 3/8 chain for this saw. So I'm a little bit confused on which one actually works. Not only that, the way this mounts here, there's a small mount and a large mount. I'm not a chainsaw professional, so you know, I just bought it because I had that Craftsman right there for 20 years. So, you know, I bought this one and I'm very happy with it. I don't need a steel. This one is, I like this one better. You know, I've never owned a steel chainsaw, but I do have a steel couple steel weed whackers, and had them for 20 years too. So again, I can't say anything about steel, but I don't know their chainsaws. But I like the Husqvarna, you know, so far. So that there, and I clean this chainsaw every time I use it, and not only that, I drain the gas out, and I run the gas out of the chainsaw before I store it, whether it's 2 days, 3 days. I just do that all the time. It only takes a minute to drain the gas and run the engine out of fuel. You know, they give us this ethanol garbage that tears up your machinery. So, you know, to me, I don't understand the world as far as stuff like that goes. So why make ethanol if it's tearing everything up? And oil, that ain't what I put in it, but what's in here is old oil. I just use old oil. I don't really care. I got tons of it. Comes from these cars, you know, so yeah, I don't really care. It works. It oils up fine, and why should I go out and spend big money? I went through a quart of oil, bar oil, and I said, man, you go broke, because it does use that up quite a bit. So I just use oil. You know, used oil is good for me. It works fine. I ain't had no problem. So okay, YouTubers, you know, that is one cool ass dog right there, just made from the original. Just draw out it on a piece of paper and make the teeth the way you want them, and you got a badass dog.